And since Saeed's not here, because we've already gone through this once tonight with tech issues, but this final assignment was in spatial storytelling and web maps, the green infrastructure planning. And this one, we brought in that construction applied vocation for Pima Community College. We also brought in that sense of place, and then we brought in the landscape architecture and urban planning. And so you really had to explore, let me move this window one more time, that urban heat island effect, but with two maps. There was the Earth engines through Google had a urban heat island map, and the Enviro Atlas through the United States Environmental Protection Agency also had a very nice environmental map to explore issues related to urban heat island effect. And so everyone had to explore that. They had the project scenario is a local city has contracted you to be able to tackle these green solutions for your community based on that high heat. And so I just wanted to show everyone, and this is the Enviro Atlas and the Earth Engine application map. But we can look, and you had to write a one-page write-up and a map. So you had to create your map and then write your information up. And you had to really explore what elements helped you tell your spatial story and what your challenges were and what are the benefits of using these type of web maps to address environmental challenges. And I think you did such a nice job with your mapping. I'm going to move this up. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about this map?
Yes, so this was kind of going off of the vulnerable communities that I identified from the last assignment. And so you can see those displayed with the black dots. Those are the census tracts, which I had identified before. And I was going through the web map and I saw plant coverage and I displayed that in the census tracts. And what I noticed was that there was a serious lack of tree and green coverage in these areas. Um, One thing I will say about the web mapping is I can definitely see the usefulness of it in that all the data is there. It's open source. You can just click and it'll pull it from essentially the internet right into your map, and you don't have to go out and find data. It's just right there for you, which was really interesting. And so, um, yeah, that's all I have
Yeah,
to say.
that the Environmental Protection Agency has all that data set, all their data sets, and their web resources are free and available to use, which is a big part of open education. I think those types of resources can be brought into the classroom, and the learning is even more meaningful because it's real world data that you're working with. So I thought you found that rather exciting too. Uh, and your quoted material from the assignment's really quite marvelous here. You really get into how to explore uh, these census tracts for those patterns. So you're really starting to think with that geographic lens that I would hope you would. But you really are tackling those vulnerable communities. And one of your notes really talked about the lack of tree cover. And it goes beyond just those five dots on the map. The way you've mapped it, you can see that's a large portion of the map is that lack of tree cover. And it's not odd in a desert community, but where all the tree cover is are in the wealthier areas that can pay for those resources, and that shows that disparity, that wealth gap,
Mhm.
very well. So I really appreciate your exploration.